Hello, I'm Maxwell, and I help teach young men purpose in life. First off, happy Halloween. Hopefully, you all are having a fun time, not getting fentanyl in your candy, but you know, hopefully, I get this video out on Halloween. But to get started, I wanted to talk about purpose. Now, with purpose and growing up, I find that we get a demand to do something with our lives, whether that's through our teachers, our parents, our mentors, influential people. We have this idea of, okay, I'm going through high school and I need to eventually figure out what I want to do with my life. Do I go through this career field? Do I work? Do I do more schooling? It's this constant bashing of this idea of what am I doing with my life? Now, it's important to have that demand and understand that eventually you have to figure out what you're doing well with your life. But an important part is to protect who you are and understand what you come from. Now, to get started, I think you need to live your purpose. You need to sit down and think, okay, who am I? What formed me to be who I am? And find out what that is. Maybe, you know, you always liked helping people in the community and you wanted to be a police officer. You liked enforcing law and so forth. You find it fascinating to understand your rights and that you can protect people and get rid of evil people. So you become a police officer. Now, in that same family, you might be wanting to become a police officer, but all your family were firefighters. And there's a bash between firefighters and police officers, and you going to become a law enforcement officer would bash against your family's ideals. Or you grew up around criminals and didn't always have the best experience with cops, but you found that you wanted to be a police officer. I use this I use this as an example of that there's going to constantly be a bash against other people. But it's important to understand that you must do this for yourself. If you lived your family's purpose, let's say your dad wanted you to go get an office job, go down the career path that he went down that gave him some success. That's dandy and all, but you might not have a supportive family. That when you tell your dad, I really want to go off and be a welder or be this police officer or whatever you actually want to do with your life that you found purpose in, that you make, that when you pursue it, it feels good. You feel like you're giving a greater gift to the world. And when you're pursuing your purpose, you're going to have people talk bad about it. They're going to say, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? If I were you, I would be doing that. No shit. You're coming from an outside perspective onto you saying, well, you should be doing what I want. So if you don't have a supportive family, this is what I want to tell you is if you did live in your father's footsteps, you did what he wanted, you did what your family wanted, your teachers wanted, guess what? Who's going to be happy? They're going to be happy that that you're living their life and you're going to be miserable. And if you live the life you want to live, you're going to be happy, but they're going to be miserable. And as fucked up as it sounds, it's better to choose you over them. Because if someone's going to be unhappy, you got to be selfish to get what you want, and you're going to have to choose yourself over them. It's a very important part. So I tell you now to protect and understand if you are pursuing something in life, you have to choose yourself. You have to be selfish. Move out of your house, go away. And if they do force you to go to college or go get a job, it's going to be difficult, but maybe you'll have to lie. Maybe you'll have to slightly pursue it. But at the end of the day, if you know what you have to do, you're going to end up pursuing it no matter what. Because for this life, we have a demand to find reason. We don't want to be slaves, rats, living a mundane life of just pleasure and going to work, clocking in and clocking out, drinking, smoking, doing stupid bullshits. We want to give a gift to the world. We want to find a purpose. Now, I'll make videos on how to find your purpose later, but today I just want to talk about if you truly want to go out and do something. I understand that your family, your mentors might care for you. They probably love you, and they think what their idea of best for you is going to be something else. Now, it's good to have those people around and give you counter opinions and different point of views towards things, but lock in and focus on what needs to be done. Focus on, okay, you have a demand of purpose. You want to go out and do something. Do it. Pick the path you want to do, because when you pursue something that is not aligned to your life, when you're forced to go to school for another 4 years and every single day is a grind because you don't want to, and not that it's like, oh, I don't want to do the hard work, poor me, but it physically is the opposite of yourself, that you go to work with such a job that even working for 2 days straight gets you depressed because it just isn't who you are, but everyone tells you to shut up, put your head down, and do the hard work. I think that fucking sucks. That we have to live a life for other people, because if we pursue what we actually want, we take the risk, we try to grab life by the balls and gets the reward that we want, to pursue a life that's going to make us happy, fulfilled with gift giving and love, that we're forced to go off and pursue something that isn't from our core. It is so fucking painful. Do you want to live a life like I told you before, that either you can make your family happy or yourself happy? Pick your fucking self, because they have their own lives. You're living your life, not theirs. Because I know that if you go out and you pursue some stupid path that is away from your core, every single step's going to be painful. And before you know it, you're going to look back and your dreams are going to be shattered. Now, I'm a young man and I have a lot of life to live, but I understand now from the little experience that I have is that if you pursue what truly makes your core feel right, what is your heart, what is your gift that you're giving, you will feel fulfilled. Now, hopefully, this has made some sense to you. I don't want to keep on rambling, but just let me tell you, pursue your gift, pursue your passion. And there's going to be times where you're going to have to walk the opposite way, and it's going to be painful, and you're going to have to pursue it to some extent. You're going to have a job to keep you afloat, or do some extra classes you don't want that aren't necessarily towards your career. But that's when you do the hard work and have the discipline and the strength. But to understand, every single day you try to give your actual gift to the world. Again, I'm Maxwell. I help teach young men purpose in life. And today I would really appreciate it if you could like and subscribe, comment below, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.